Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream number 272. Thank you, Xmeal Rivax, for the follow. Welcome. We make music here. Weird, strange music.
Yeah, so far our latest album, quote unquote. I don't know, haven't really officially released anything, but our latest album I think is one of our most unusual so far that we've made on stream. I think our most unusual we've made is either experimental or maybe Brain Finger. But this is a pretty unusual album so far. I think it's embracing chaos more than the Embrace Chaos album.
But anyway, what I was saying was the idea for this stream was to be able to have anybody who wanted to collaborate with us in like half-an-hour blocks. So someone could join for half an hour, add their piece to the song. Then at the next half hour, somebody else would come in. We'd collaborate with them for a little bit, etc.
I think that
nobody signed up.
I think the people that have been working on this song, like Major Pecan and Pitiful Little Man, they can join.
Yeah, Major Pecan and PLM. Major Pecan messaged me and said he would be in around 9:30 or 10. But anyway, for now, I think we're gonna just switch back into it.
Did we finish the Howard Days song? Did you update the SoundCloud?
I have not updated. What's Glitch 3? What does that do?
Glitch 3?
The channel point redemption Glitch 3. I'll redeem it and it will show you. Why specifically do you ask about Glitch 3? Because there should be like
Glitch 2.
Yeah, it does. It puts visual effects on the screen.
Glitch 4.
Where is Glitch?
I know he asked about Glitch 3. And Glitch 3.
Oh, you already got it. I was trying to find it on my phone. Yeah, it puts those on. We've got tons of effects that you can trigger with channel points. Anyway, let's listen to what we have. I don't even really remember. I remember this goes sorting mail, which you don't even really do. But
so far, I'm not so sure about this song. I feel
that's the whole idea.
I know, but we don't want to make an actual bad song. We want to make a good song, but using elements that I don't usually like. Which is a challenge because the stuff that I don't like is objectively bad. I'm kidding.
Anyway, it was just a weird idea, but anyway, let's see what it is, and don't judge it too hard. This is a challenging song.
Oh, you got Meowscent.
Why is it not meowing?
Sorting mail, sorting mail, sorting mail, sorting mail, sorting mail.
part's kind of weird. I mean, the whole thing's weird, but weird that the keyboard isn't actually like working with it.
Sorting mail, sorting mail.
Anyway, that's kind of what it is so far. So it's just kind of a bunch of ideas thrown together in a temporary arrangement. Okay, so did you have any ideas, Jimmy?
Use Meow Synth for the and I also like those parts where it glitches a little bit. And then again, this is the anti-Jimmy song, so if there's a part that I like
Like right
then
here?
you have to remove it. Yeah. There maybe.
Well, just because it's anti-Jimmy doesn't mean it can't have nothing that you like in it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be like, oh, I like that part, delete it. I like that part, delete it. And we'd just be left with just, like,
All bad
it'd just be like,
and
that would
also
be the whole
this
song.
part. And also this part. That I actually I know I made this part. But
Oh, yeah, it'd be like, we put this in here. Then we like loop this. Not even like in the right place, just. And that would be the whole song.
I've got an idea. Can I do something real quick?
Yeah.
I think that by removing one of those, like, just to make it feel like a little more offbeat, and then do none and like have like that real like that.
Hey, Jimmy, you're upside down. Oh, me too. Even I don't
There.
really like this part.
Super offbeat. I just want to remove any sense of like evenness to that part.
Hmm.
Because it does still sound like there's parts that are like like that could be like kind of have a rhythm to it.
Hmm.
But I don't want that. It's like I want something
Mail,
that's
sorting mail, sorting mail, sorting mail,
interrupt mid-sentence.
Hmm. Because you don't like when things don't finish.
sorting mail.
Actually, just cut off right in the
Right
word
time.
mail.
Yeah.
It's like sorting mail, sorting and then it stops.
Sorting mail.
Sorting mail. Play the slot machine. We have some slots tonight.
Oh, cool. I
Is
don't
your-
even know. I hopefully it still works. It works. I
What
think.
title did I put? Working on the anti-Jidge-me?
Jimmy.
The
The
anti-Jidge.
misspelling of Jimmy is pretty anti-Jimmy.
That's true. We could just call it the anti-Jidge-me song.
Oh, so another thing I don't like are like long, quiet intros that like take a long time to get to the point.
Oh, that's right. You do. You like to have like get to the point of the thing. Like the intro is too long. We can.
Yeah. Like have very long atmospheric intro that like fades in really quickly. No, fades in really slowly. That's right. Not quickly. Why did I say quickly?
What's exchange channel points? So
So
you build channel points by watching, but if I put like points, exclamation point points, it'll tell me I have 4,320 when really I have a different amount of channel points. It's like it's stream elements points, which you can use for like gambling or a virtual slot machine. Like if I just do this, see, so I get 3 emotes and I lost 100 points. You can duel other people. It's just like a separate point system. It's just for fun. And you can just use your channel points. You can redeem 50 and get 500 of those points.
if you do exclamation point accept, then that means you accept my duel. You won! Congratulations. Congratulations, Z X Meow. Very detuned. Oh my god, it's so weird.
How you doing, Solid Snake?
That's so weird. Good. I just got here like, WTF? This is Meow Synth.
Meowsynth. Cat music.
Make a new Bungie Cat song or the Bingy Cat song.
Oh, you have it set to.
Yeah, I have it set on the line so I can make something that's has no rhythm.
Like this.
Kaboom!
A
Thank you
boom.
for the kaboom. Xmiel? Xmiel? I'm not sure how you pronounce your name.
X Meow. It sounds like an Amish name or something. X Meow.
I'm all flashy. I also got new other new plugins.
You get that. There's like a Flanders plugin that Major Bacon was showing. Saint Flanger.
No, Ned
Flanger.
Ned Flangers.
Yeah, Flanger, not Flanger.
The
I was
only-
doing Saint Anger, which is yeah. Okay, I get it.
I don't know why it's called Saint Flanger, but then
Because it's Saint Anger is a Metallica album,
Oh.
and Flander is Flanders.
it's like they tried to combine too many things together. The only thing with it though is it adds a lot of like crackles to it.
Mm.
Like it wasn't programmed very well. Hear how staticky it is?
It gives it a sort of lo-fi vibe.
So it can do.
And Saint Anger was notorious for its mixing of the loudness wars. It was totally just like, yeah, very notoriously mixed. So that's probably how Saint Anger sounded. A lot
Maybe.
of very overly loud, staticky. Hit the
Where
limiter.
do you find these plugins? Major Pecan is pretty good at finding plugins and posting them to our.
I knew about
to our Discord.
Meowsynth. I knew about
Alright,
Meowsynth and Delay Llama.
Xmeal Rivax, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the follow. Hope to see you again another time.
See you later, X Meow. I knew about Meowsynth and Delay Llama because they're like kind of meme plugins. Like there are several videos about them, and I was like, "Ooh, we've got to go get in on this."
And so this was kind of a neat thing. Major Pecan sent in a video about the Convolver, which is a pretty good reverb, actually. So they have presets for all these different things. If you don't know what a Convolver is, So basically what it does is it takes this sound right here, this little click. You hear that sound?
Mm-hmm.
So it takes that sound and runs it through some other equipment, like some other reverb, or you can even do it like in a space, like in a room or something. You play this sound and you record the echo of that sound. So in this like cathedral preset, that click sound echoes like this.
Wow.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what it then does is it can take this sound and say, if this is the echo of this, what would the echo of that be? And it applies that sound to it.
I think you've used Convolver before.
Yeah, I have. But what another guy was showing was kind of a neat chain of so from here you could say, I'll take this away. You put one Convolver, the effect you want to copy, like if I do like what's the proto-verb, I think is the, yeah, so like this one you can say like random whatever, make some kind of reverb. That's kind of what it sounds like. We'll turn the dry all the way down so we get just the reverb. Then we can take this Convolver, put it through this, and it plays that through this, right? Does that make sense? Why is that going on for so long, but this one doesn't? Oh, it's because I'm already having this in it. That's why. No wet signal. Okay, proto-verb is not doing much. That's why.
Dang,
Now
that's
it's
long.
okay. Now we can find one that we like. So, just for example, see we like that one. Now if you go here and play this, kind of get
Oh yeah.
that kind of a sound. You can open another one.
Also, Solid Snake, our idea for the stream tonight was everybody's welcome to collab with us. So if you wanted to contribute something to the song, you can. I don't have a problem with that because it's the anti-Jimmy song, whatever.
Yeah, so if you want to join for a little bit, Solid Snake, you can.
If you want.
If you record and you like this. Stop. Now you have that as your so that's your impulse now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now you can
Sorry.
go into here. I can delete that one because I was only using that to generate the impulse. I use proto-verb to generate the response. And I'm going to use Fruity Convolver to take that response, or that impulse, and to do it, and make the sound. So basically now what I can do, if I turn off the Convolver and I have just the proto-verb on, you see what it sounds like. Kind of like that. If I switch them and I turn on just a convolver, it should sound pretty much the same. See?
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's less convoluted just to do like a simply just do a reverb, you know?
Well,
Like
this is
what?
like if somebody doesn't have Protoverb, but they
Uh-huh.
like I really like the way that reverb sounds, but I don't have this
Yeah.
plugin. I mean, this one's free, but you could do it with with paid plugins with different reverbs, or you could emulate different rooms. You could actually like physically go to a room and like snap your fingers and record the response and then load that into it so it could sound like you're playing like in your room or in a certain space or whatever.
Oh.
So it does more than just reverb. But I'm just saying you could use it. So like, and also like if somebody didn't have this specific preset, but they wanted to make a one that sounded like it, you could just send them this little audio file. Say load that into Convolver, and then go for it. Then you can also do weird things like you can load other sounds into it that aren't impulses, but it'll treat them as if they are impulses. But here's just a list of impulses, which are going to sound like.
Sounds like people are shooting rubber band guns or something.
Mm-hmm.
They're just shooting guns now, or BB guns in an empty warehouse.
See, so it sounds like you're in a big warehouse. Now if you put that in there. Now when you play the meow, now it sounds like the meows are in a warehouse. Our cabinets, so you can like emulate. I mean, these are very tiny sounds, but they just the way they change the sound is.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps we should work on a long, atmospheric, slow intro. Where I feel like just like a minute long intro.
Oh, metal. That'll sound interesting.
Sounds bad.
Well, it's.
I know there's use for it. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to have like a metal piano or something, or like,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure if it fits with the meow synth.
Right. Alright, let's take a more wallow kick. All that bass at the end is going to do weird things to it. Not really, I guess.
Kind of sounds cool.
I want to get like.
Okay.
So you hear this sound in a room, little click, and the echo goes.
Okay.
Well, go.
Oh, I have it stretched, that's why.
Shake. Wait. Yeah.
Dorian Durian. Dorian.
It's weird.
Baby.
Oh God, baby.
Dorian.
That'd be an annoying
Baby.
echo. It's gonna be annoying. It's
That's-
weird.
That's the echo. You can also equalize it, like. There's a way you could do a bunch. There we go. It's a weird echo.
I've got a good idea for a long intro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it brought it into the equalizer?
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
You invincible headshot.
Go do the shibble swabble
Swabble,
as an
double,
echo.
glibble, glabber, shribble, swab, dibble, double, swabble, double, dibble, double, shribble, swabble, glibber, swab, glab. Dibble, double, shribble.
You know, one way to do a long intro is to have it fade in while the tempo slowly increases from like 0 to the normal tempo. And then have it fade in as the tempo is slowly increasing.
Mm-hmm. That one's gonna be annoying.
I will say, as a tiny producer,
Mm.
I found your main lead.
That's funny. Yeah, they're not really. It's not really meant to be used with those types of sounds.
No. Oh yeah, that was I Am Not What I Am, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. This is gonna go for a really long time. These ones are gonna sound weird. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. I just want to make this flat. I feel like they should have like a reset.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's here. Oh.
Huh?
Interesting.
It's the old way. They like now they do like reverb with like computer effects and stuff, but
Mhm.
they did physical reverb with actual like
Yeah, they would
springs
put like
and-
actual springs in front of the speaker, which would continue to vibrate after the sound stopped.
and also giant metal like pads and stuff.
They were
like
called,
they
were
had
called plates. That's why they have
plates. That's what I meant.
spring. I mean, it's a very normal thing called plate reverb. King Tubby. Major Pecan, how you doing?
Hey, Major Pecan, what's up?
It will kill.
These are gonna sound funny.
We're using Meowsynth right now. And adding a Convolver reverb. A B pipe.
Weird. I wish I knew sooner how it worked. Yeah, I've explained a little bit on the stream before about how Convolver works and kind of what it does. Basically, you take this sound, and whatever echo that sound makes is what you load into the impulse, and it'll make whatever sound you feed into it sound like it was in the place that this made the echo. Inside of an oven. That's kind of cool.
I feel like kind of cold. I'm like hoping like I'm not gonna get sick or anything because like I woke up with kind of a stuffy head and sore throat, runny nose.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. Not COVID because I haven't lost my sense of taste or anything, and I'm not having like trouble breathing or coughing a lot. I feel like I just have a cold. But you know, in this day and age, everybody thinks everything is COVID automatically. I think there should be a minute-long intro that takes a really long time to
Minutes
to
about here,
like
so we'll go like to there.
yeah. It
Then we
takes
can just
because that's another thing that I don't like is long intros. So it takes a really long time to get to the point.
Does Major want to join?
I like Tool as a band, but they do that a lot. They do really long intros a lot. I usually just skip ahead to the good parts. Do lots of atmospheric stuff.
Escapes.
Yeah, you know what? Like I think that like people want to like give the song a mood. A lot of people like long intros. They don't mind, but like I'm driving. I'm on my way to work, you know. I don't want to like wait like 3 minutes to get to the good part of the song when like I'm going to be driving 5 minutes. The song's like 5 minutes long. And like by the time I get to work, it's like the part that I want to listen to has gotten there. It's like if I skipped the intro, I would have been there by now, you know?
Why is my
But
volume
you know,
not
it's
on?
like kind of like you have to be in the mood and listen to atmospheric like beginning, like to like listen to the whole song, and it's like you kind of have to like be at a position where you can actually
go.
sit down and listen to it.
I can actually play them. Okay, now it's going.
I can see why people want to do long intros. It's kind of cool. I said it was cool, so therefore you can't use it. That could be like a long intro kind of sound. I think Alien C has a good potential. Alien C so far. Cognitive dissonance. That could be potentially anti-Jimmy.
Solid Snake has redeemed track feedback.
Solid Snake. Do cognitive dissonance. That's it sounds very anti-Jimmy. You can probably use that in an atmospheric intro. You don't have Massive? Is Massive a free plugin, or does it come with Fruity Loops?
No, it's not a Fruity Loops plugin, and it's not free.
Where'd you get it?
I got it a long time ago. They've actually come out with a newer version, but it's like completely different, and it's not even the same. Where did it go? For some reason, that was weird.
Thought you clicked outside of it.
Maybe the mouse is outside and you clicked outside of it.
I wasn't touching the mouse.
Written by Gladiator. I haven't heard of that one.
It's $170. I mean, if you're gonna use it a lot, why not? I haven't done anything on FL Studio for such a long time, though. I may have forgotten how to make music.
Here, do you want to make, choose one of these? You said you liked...
Oh yeah. I could try to make myself a alien sea. Can I control them?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. At most.
Did you forget how to type too?
Yes, apparently.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
It's so random. I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was, at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge. The first part of that almost sounds like lyrics. I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. You should just make this go all the way to all the way to 17. There's already no sound at that point. It's not gonna, because I think this sound rolls off, so you have to keep playing new notes to keep it going.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
It was an 8,000-hour song created by AI streaming on YouTube since last year. But once you stream past 12 hours, YouTube deletes the stream. Interesting. Is it still going? We should let the AI generate more lyrics about the chicken pot pie and just throw random quotes in throughout the song of Carl talking about his grandmother's chicken pot pie on the Greek islands. Does Greece even have islands? It stopped recently. Oh, okay.
Oops, I forgot to do the check. It's actually
Is that a
it's a
chicken
good
instrument?
riser.
Mm-hmm. The instrument was called Bird 1. Whatever that means.
Like,
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
I think we've used this sound before. Yeah, we've used this kit before. Which is fine, we can use it again.
It completely changes.
Sorting mail, sorting mail. Sorting mail, sorting mail. Sorting mail, sorting mail.
All right, that's the song. We're done.
That's the song.
Anyway. Yeah, the long intro, long drawn out atmospheric intro.
It makes it
3 minutes.
yeah.
It's like almost feels like half the song is just the intro part.
You can add more, like, just different other sounds to it as well.
Yeah, but it still needs to be long and drawn in order to be anti-Jimmy.
The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
Maybe we can add some of the AI generated to it, to the
crust is flaky,
atmospheric intro.
with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
Should we save some of these? Like, just Carl Brutananadalewski talking about
If you
how
want.
much he likes chicken pot pie.
I just hope that Aqua Teen Hunger Force doesn't sue us. Hey, I need to use the bathroom again.
I kind of like the inflections of this one.
The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma. The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
That one's good too. Major Pecan and Vadim play the slot machine several times. I'm gonna download these into where are they supposed to save? Hold on, I forgot. Program files x86, image line, FL Studio, somewhere in there. Data, patches, packs. There we go. I'll make a new folder and call it AI voice. I'll call this Caramel pot pie too. Okay, I need to go to the first one. This piece. Yeah, if you want to join Major Pecan, you can.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge. I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
You sound so angry in that one.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
I'm back.
Trying to decide if any of these are good. 2 is funny, but he sounds so angry talking about his favorite food.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
I know. I think
Hmm.
maybe use a different voice. It's more like smooth.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
I think that's the character. He's always kind of angry.
Yeah, he's just kind of upset about everything.
He's like a curmudgeon type guy.
I don't even know who.
I don't know either. Persona 4. It's a video game.
Yeah, they have I missed the link, but there's a list of the characters, and he's adding like hundreds and hundreds of characters to this.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
Do Greeks eat chicken pot pie?
I have no idea.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's
He's very
fridge.
breathy and seductive in that one. She's like, I love chicken pot pie.
What about Dan? I remember his voice, I think, being pretty good. Oh, there you go. There's the list.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
I think we should find a more recognizable. I'm sure a lot of people know who Dan Versus is, but it's like it's not an iconic voice that a lot of people know. And I think this one is an unusual sound.
Mm-hmm. That sounds pretty darn impressive. Yeah, the 15 AI is pretty good. You can still kind of tell that it's a little bit weird at times, but
I think this one is a little weird.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge. I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge. I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
it always seems like it pushes things like too fast, like it's rushing through everything.
Mm-hmm.
The demo man talking about chicken pot pie.
Bean!
I want to see
There
the
it is.
upcoming characters.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
Want to see the list?
Hmm.
So, all of these. Oh, he's actually going to add himself?
Me? Why not?
I'm not sure what all this dialect to me. I guess Southern US, GA, I don't know. But all, like, these are all from, like, I guess this is all from My Little Pony.
Yeah.
Like, all of these, like, over 100.
Looks like it. I didn't know there were that many characters in that show.
I didn't either. But then there's, like, Star Trek.
You. That would be interesting. I want, like, instead of Q, have like Picard and Kirk.
Like, it's still going on with My Little Pony stuff. The movie, G5.
This guy must have been a brony who made this.
There's Hal, Doctor Who, the 10th Doctor, Darian, Jane, Dan. These are already in it. There's the Portal characters. He's gonna add more. Cave Johnson, that'll be a fun one. The turrets. Oh, the turret's already in it, I think. I don't know. Team Fortress 2. More characters from Persona 4.
I bet like he adds things he's a fan of. Like he's a fan of My Little Pony and Persona.
He's gonna add more SpongeBob characters.
That'd be cool if he did The Simpsons, like Homer Simpson. That'd be awesome.
More characters from Honey Pop, I guess.
Uni
Adventure Time.
Pop.
So a lot of characters from Adventure Time. Fallout 3. Fallout New Vegas. Fallout 4, Sonic. Mario. Oblivion.
Elder
Skyrim.
Scrolls. That'll be funny.
Anyway.
A Hat in Time. I haven't heard of that one. Battle for Dream Island.
Oh,
I don't
League
know
of
about
Legends.
that
All
one
the
either.
League of Legends characters. There's a bunch of them. Yu-Gi-Oh! Overwatch. See, a lot of these is like hasn't even worked on him yet.
Yeah.
Captain Picard
He
giving
wants
song
to
for that
add
would be
them.
hilarious.
Family Guy.
Family Guy's on there. Futurama, King of the Hill, Rick and Morty, Archer, Mr. Rogers, The Witcher.
You should add Bob Ross.
Transformers, Winnie the Pooh, Ratchet and Clank.
Transformers will be
Left 4
pretty cool
Dead.
because they're already robots. So if they have a little bit of a robotic sound, it fits.
Zootopia, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh man,
The
they're gonna
Incredibles,
use
Frozen.
this for a certain
The Wii Sports announcer.
fan videos and stuff. Like people will make like fanfics and use these voices as the voice actors and make their own like fan animations and stuff. The Simpsons.
Yeah, there it
Oh,
is.
okay.
Simpsons. Homer, Bart, Lisa, Marge, and Apu.
Oh, he's adding Apu. That's going to offend a lot of SJW types.
Yeah, but see, they're all like question marks, and then these are all no, so it's like these aren't added yet.
Hank Hill will be awesome.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's just so many.
Major pecan.
Pinky in the brain.
Dang it, Jimmy, you don't have enough propane in this beat.
I
YouTubers.
don't. It's true.
Oh, he's even gonna get like Billy Mays.
Oh man.
Voice critical, that guy.
Woohoo! That's
Anyway.
what I'm talking about. That's what it's all about. I know that meme.
I love chicken pot pie. I love chicken pot pie. I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
Billy Mays here to feedback your music.
There we go. What was the second piece? We're talking about the crust. Sopranos would be a good one. Oh yeah, I wonder if it's... Oh, that's not a link.
It's a very long link. www.thecrustisflaky with hints of lemon zest and the creamy sauce tastes like something you'd get at an upscale restaurant, but the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.com.
In an upscale restaurant, but the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma. The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
Sounds so
I
angry.
feel like the Team Fortress kind of like strategy is like yelling and funny accents equal
Mm-hmm.
the
It's
voice.
flaky, with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you'd get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
Any of these good all the way through?
The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
Maybe instead of Team
It's
Fortress 2, do like it's an evil sounding character. Maybe like 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's just HAL 9000.
Who is the robot? So the robotic sound would be normal, but didn't he sound like a normal human?
He has like a British accent kind of sound.
The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
What would an AI's grandma look like?
The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
Oh, Huell Hauser would be a good AI voice. I mean, you can suggest
Or
it. He has
Forrest Gump.
He has a suggestions thing where you can send him things. And what this is really good about is see, like the data for this was only 3.5 minutes of audio of training data, and it can reproduce like this well.
The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you'd get in an upscale restaurant.
We don't need to use that one. But anyway, I think Forrest Gump would be a funny one too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about this.
But 0.6 minutes. So this was like, what, 34 seconds of training data?
The crust is flaky with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
It's like an inflection at the end, like, reminds me of my grandma.
Reminds me of my grandma. Because it reminds me of my grandma.
Reminds me.
With hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you'd get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
Grandma.
Where do you submit suggestions? I'm not exactly sure.
Maybe to his Twitter. I don't know.
Maybe under contribute?
Maybe that's contribute as like funding, I think.
If you
Oh,
send me a
maybe.
data set of your favorite character, celebrity, whatever, I might include him in the next batch. Due to technical reasons, approximately uniformly distributed vocal frequencies, high-pitched feminine voices work best. So you need to basically give him, like, every line of the text file must contain exactly 3 things: the path to the audio file, a single vertical bar, the English transcription in full. So you have to give him, like, text file or text files with the file name and the actual text of it.
Path to the audio file, could that include like a video, like a YouTube video?
No, because you don't want any extra sounds. You want just like pure vocal, right?
Yeah, but if the YouTube video is pure vocal, would that
I
work?
guess. But you have to just like zip it and send them like WAV files in the zip folder. I don't think it would work with. And then like 12 seconds in length. So he wants like make him a pack of things.
Definitely help him out.
Yeah, so
Smash Brothers
feminine
announced
and
that
energetic are the best voices that work. Some problematic voices in the latest version include Team Fortress 2 announcer, Super Smash Bros. Announcer, Half-Life 2 Overwatch voice, all of which feature distinctive reverb in their audio files.
Major Pecan cheered 10 bits. Time to make a Jimmy voice pack, lol.
We could make...
Or like a YouTube, Jimmy the YouTube critic voice pack. Hello! I don't know if they can include the breathing though.
No, probably not.
It's just not complete without the breathing. Hello, Mrs. Chimoy, the Rada.
Yeah, see, so these ones, the high-pitched, energetic voices seem to work the best, is what he says.
The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you'd get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
It's not really energetic.
Not really.
A soldier. Crabsuit Lando wants to play the slot machine as well. You got 3 minutes.
The crust is flaky with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
That's not too bad.
Reminds me of my grandma.
The crust is flaky with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
You could have like different characters speak each line. That would be kind of funny.
The crust is flaky.
Have different characters do each word.
Something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
I like that one.
Different characters for each word.
Not each word.
Yep. Each word, we have to do it. We have to. It's in the rules. I'm kidding. Mandatory. If we don't do it, we get executed by the government.
See how much of it can get.
Maybe it ends with, she told me stories of her childhood in Greece.
She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. She taught me how to cook and bake. She taught me about her family history, and she told me stories of her childhood in Greece.
Sounds like he's like sinister, like
Well,
stories
he's
about
a
her
sniper.
childhood in
He's an
Greece.
Australian sniper.
She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. She taught me how to cook and bake. She taught me about her family history, and she told me stories of her childhood in Greece. She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. She taught me how to cook and bake. She taught me about her family history, and she told me stories of her childhood in Greece.
Engineer sounded funny. I think the medic, I mean, they all sound kind of funny, but
She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. She taught me how to cook and bake. She taught me about her family history, and she told me stories of her childhood in Greece.
Oh, it's time for Slot Machine.
I know unlockable emotes don't work with Shrivelbot, but what about BTTV ones? Yeah, I think they would. Pretty sure. That's true, I forgot about those. We can use... I don't know how many, but I think there's quite a few BTTV emotes we can use.
She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. She taught me how to cook and bake. She taught me about her family history, and she told me stories of her childhood in Greece.
I like that one.
It's Streamception. Alright. I get out. Discord. Oh wait, hold up.
I'm back.
Welcome back. How you doing, Gurush?
Gurush, what's up?
Alright, let's see how this goes.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
It has been a while. How have you been? Well, what happened? Dude.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge. I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
It's kind of funny how he says he loves chicken pot pie and he has no idea why, then proceeds to explain why he loves it.
Mm-hmm. New job has occupied my entire existence. Oh, Jimmy's as well.
Yeah.
We haven't streamed.
I've been only having one day off a week. Like, some days are like 12-hour days. So I've been doing a lot of work.
I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
Well, like,
Yeah, 12-hour
Like,
days, 6
WTF.
days, actually 9 days a week.
I haven't had
because-
every day as a 12-hour day, but I've had a few 12-hour days.
And you worked since last Tuesday, and it's now Thursday.
Yeah.
So you
So I've
worked
been
like 9
working-
days straight.
Yeah, this is my first day off this month so far. I get next Thursday off though, so we'll get next Thursday will be a stream.
What about Saturdays and Tuesdays? No.
Saturdays and Tuesdays, no, I'm not off.
Hmm.
We could have a late stream if I'm off like at 11:30. We could start a stream at 11:30.
Yeah, his job is oh.
Sorting mail, sorting mail, sorting mail, sorting mail, sorting mail.
Maybe we can
Sorting
add
mail.
some like glitch effects to the sorting mail part.
I love chicken pot pie.
Yeah, but like
It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
no, it's you the postal service
Yeah.
that I'm working
He
for.
works for the USPS.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not
The sorting
I would
bales.
expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge.
I have to go
I feel
in,
like-
take a bunch of bales of hay, and put them in stacks. Yeah, they have a bunch of hay at the post office. That's to feed the postal workers. We feed them hay.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was.
West storm?
Grandmother's fridge.
Is there a storm coming in the west?
And yet there it was.
I heard it's gonna like snow over here, like at some
And yet there
point.
it was at the bottom of my grandmother's fridge. And yet there it was.
Oh, Utah.
Grandmother's fridge.
We're
I like this one.
we're in California, so we consider the West like west of Utah. Utah isn't the west of
I
us.
have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would
That's
expect to
crazy.
find on a Greek island, and yet there it was.
That's like monsoon.
Fridge.
I like this one.
You're too tired to participate. That might make it more anti-Jimmy though. If you're super tired and make a part, then it'll be even more anti-Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, you're true West. West.
We're like, well, I'm almost an hour from as far west as you can go.
A lot of what is like a lot of standards were determined in like Europe and England and stuff like that. So like
Mm-hmm.
the way we see the world, like East and West, and is determined by
And she always had
Europeans.
chicken pot pies on hand. It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together, sipping coffee and talking, that I learned the true meaning of family.
the true meaning of family.
This is
Sounds
like
angry, like the true meaning of family.
Chicken pot pies on hand. It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together, sipping coffee and talking, that I learned the true meaning of family. And she always had chicken pot pies on hand. It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together, sipping coffee and talking, that I learned the true meaning of family.
Family. Yeah.
try generate.
I don't know if we need to have like so much of that text going.
It's
It'll be
funny,
like
though.
Liquid Lizards again.
It's not gonna be that much. Liquid Lizards just kept repeating the same thing over and over again.
And she always had chicken pot pies on hand. It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together, sipping coffee and talking, that I learned the true meaning of family. And she always had chicken pot pies on hand. It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together, sipping coffee and talking, that I learned the true meaning of family.
That's a good one. True meaning of family. Wait a minute. Right up here. She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. But then down here, only my grandmother remained.
In those days. Okay, so it was during those long. He's talking
about the history. Okay. Okay.
My parents were gone by then, and so were my grandparents. Only she. That still doesn't make sense because he says his grandparents are gone, and only she remained, which is her grandmother.
Maybe his other set of grandparents were gone.
Oh, maybe. But grandparents,
did I get the
all the
jackpot?
grandparents.
You did not, Crabsuit Lando. Sorry. Close. The very last one was 2 jackpots and then like a cherry or something.
Yeah.
My parents were gone by then, and so were my grandparents. Only my grandmother remained. In those days, we were all just kids. We'd sit around a kitchen table and talk about everything.
Even his grandparents were kids?
My parents were gone by then, and so were my grandparents. Only my grandmother remained. In those days, we were all just kids. We'd sit around a kitchen table and talk about everything.
I guess spiritually, or like we were all just kids, or acting like kids. It's
like metaphorically,
we're all just
kids.
Free spirits, like kids.
By then, and so were my grandparents. Only my grandmother remained. In those days, we were all just kids. We'd sit around her kitchen table and talk about everything.
I kind of
Only my grandmother remained.
My parents were gone by then. Only my grandmother remained.
Maybe the title of the song.
Parents were gone by then, and so were my grandparents. Only my grandmother remained. In those days, we were all just.
My parents are gone, so are my grandparents. Only my grandparents. It's like he immediately contradicts himself.
Go ahead, it's funny.
Did I get a jackpot? Nope, unfortunately you did not. We would still be freaking out if you got a jackpot. We'd be playing that jackpot song and do 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 do. Always talking about the past. Do you talk about anything else other than the past? Jeez.
What do you think? Should we try these potatoes or maybe this cabbage? Just go on random rant about food. Funny. This AI is good. I like it. I can leave it small though. You can see that we're actually working on a song in the background.
And if we didn't know what to say, we'd just talk about food. What do you think? She'd ask. Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage? And if we didn't know what to say, we'd just talk about food. What do you think? She'd ask. Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
Or maybe have
she
when the grandmother is talking, maybe switch it to a voice of like a female voice.
Mm.
And if we didn't
there's
know
an old woman,
we just talk about food. What do you think? She'd ask. Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
So what do you think? Should we try these potatoes or maybe this cabbage? Should be a female voice.
Mm-hmm. So how should I just save this one and then insert the other parts into it?
And if we didn't know what to say,
could.
we just talk about food. What do you think? She'd ask. Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
You could cut out the what do you think and insert the what do you think as a female voice.
So what do you think? We try these potatoes, maybe it's cabbage. And who should be the grandmother?
I don't know. There's just find an old woman voice from somewhere. There could be one. Daria.
It's not going to be like a grandmother voice, though, is it?
No. Gonna be a very dry.
What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
Kinda sounds like a.
What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage? What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
There's also.
There's a bunch in here now. There's more than there was before.
Snails.
Snails.
Are you looking for old lady?
Kind of, yeah. I have no idea who any of these are, so I'm like...
I'm thinking the creator of this may have been a
Discord.
Yeah, Discord. I think actually Discord was named after that character. So Brony has created Discord.
What he was saying is why there's so much My Little Pony in it was because the 4chan My Little Pony group helped him like get a lot of the training data and so it's like that's the training data that he had. And so they like helped out a lot getting stuff done, like getting text files and transcribing it and getting everything.
Okay.
So yeah, so there was a lot of stuff that they helped with, so that's why there's so much of it in here.
What do you Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage? What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
It's like a villain voice. Try, I don't know. Scroll up. There's no granny character. I thought like there was a granny character. Oh well. You sugar dust. That would work. I think there is a granny character from some other franchise somewhere. Oh wait, Undertale.
But these just beep, don't they? Like they're not
Yeah.
actually. They have their own like voices.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is all just a joke, though.
Yeah. Maybe no.
What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage? What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
It sounds like she's on the verge of crying.
What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
Weird inflection in her voice. Like the way they do their inflection, it's like the way I would say it is like, hey, maybe we should try these potatoes or maybe this cabbage. But the way they say it is like, maybe we should try these potatoes.
What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage? What do you think?
Should we try these
Or
potatoes?
maybe this cabbage? What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage? What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
Sounds like almost like sarcastic.
What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage? What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
That's
No, I don't know
close.
about this voice. I think there is an old woman though, like not in Equestria Girls. Gladys. Oh yeah.
The sentry turret.
Isn't like the silent protagonist, like it's just silence.
Mm-mm.
What do you think? Should we
No,
try these
the other one.
potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage? What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage? What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
It sounds like it's singing.
But the turrets, like, they talk like that.
Yeah. But Shell's silent, isn't she?
Yeah, it's just gonna be nothing.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
$72 of training data. That's a lot.
What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage? What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
Yeah, he's the only one there. I don't know. Who's a good...
Go down to like... No. I thought there was like... No. Nope. Isn't that another silent one?
Mm-hmm.
Go down to isn't there like a kind of an older lady in one of the video game ones? Like not Team Fortress.
They're the only ones. And they have Doctor Who and Undertale, that's it.
Team Fortress, maybe? Like that woman, Miss Pauling? Did you generate?
It's going. It says awaiting your input. Oh, I guess I didn't click it.
What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage? What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage? What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
Everything she says is like over a radio.
Yeah.
This is the grandma.
What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
Jane Lane was kind of like a grandma voice.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
Even is it acute?
Shrivel skin. Like
What do you
shriveled
think? Should we
skin.
try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
Acute or AK?
Okay.
What do you think?
Oh,
Should we
Akyet.
try these potatoes? Or maybe this...
Or I'll call you Akyet.
Accurate. See what this...
What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage? What do you think? Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
Yeah, we'll do this one. We'll just do that. You don't want to call me Aki Robot.
You have no R's in there, so Akyut. Not the word. Akyut.
I love chicken pot pie. The crust is flaky. With
I just want to see what it sounds like all together.
she lived for over, and she always had chicken. My parents were gone by then.
My Karens.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like parents. It's like Karens.
My parents were gone by then. And if we didn't know what to say,
Yeah, here's where this part needs to come in.
What do you
and if we didn't know what to say, we just talk about food. What do you think?
It's very similar to liquid lizards, in my opinion.
Yeah, a little bit.
What do you think? Should we
I think the rest is the grandma's voice.
try these potatoes?
Oh wait, never mind.
There. Alright, back to the beginning.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was. At the bottom of my grandmother's fridge. The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma. She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. She taught me how to cook and bake. She taught me about her family history, and she told me stories of her childhood in Greece. And she always had
world building.
always on hand. It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together, sipping coffee and talking, that I learned the true meaning of family. My parents were gone by then, and so were my grandparents. Only my grandmother remained. In those days, we were all just kids. We'd sit around a kitchen table and talk about everything. And if we didn't know what to say,
It's becoming more sinister.
she'd ask,
Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
It's like maybe you should slow it down and like make it
Oh,
more
jeez.
like have the heartbeat comes
some more-
in.
Needs a little better timing,
Yeah.
but
Maybe not have it start right away, like have like
yeah,
some
and
of
it
the
needs to be a
atmosphere.
little bit quieter, and maybe some other like reverb effects and stuff like that.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why.
This will be looked upon by future generations in the same way as Mozart, timeless. This will be the only in 2999 people will forget about Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and this will be the only remaining recording of Karl Butolandsky.
We're all gonna go to 17.
Preserved
All go to
by
17.
15.ai.
Yeah, this is gonna be similar to Liquid Lizards, I think. But I don't know. It's just funny to me. I like making weird stuff like this.
All of our music has been weird stuff like this. I don't mind it. The Shrivel Skin has always been experimental. Emphasize the mental. It's a musical hieroglyph. What if this is like the last, like Shrivel Skin music is the last remaining, like archaeological evidence of human music from the 21st century, and like they think this is what they listen to, what we listen to. Like Shrivel Skin is like, oh look, It's a ancient CD. It's an ancient recording of ancient human music. Let's listen. Imagine trying to decipher
Chicken pot pie. I have no
chicken
idea
pot
why.
pie when the only chicken you know is packaged nutrition smoothie flavoring. It's not even real chicken. It's like artificial chicken flavoring.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like probably the only meat people eat is like a silent green human.
I love.
Listen to that reverb.
What the fuck is a real chicken? They find chicken bones, like ancient. They recreate it. They recreate it all wrong.
No idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would.
So they think it's like a
And yet there it was.
featherless lizard.
Fridge. The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is
And make it more quiet so it blends with the atmosphere. On farms to eliminate pests, a whole pack of raptors. Yeah, they reconstruct the bones of the chicken. They get it all wrong, so they think like they're a bunch of like ferocious raptors on ancient farms. It looks like they do an artistic rendering of an ancient chicken. And it's like this giant, like this monster with teeth.
on a Greek island.
This is truly the work of a generation, of an era. You should hear liquid lizards.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island. And yet there it was.
Gotta get the timing, like the dramatic pause. How you doing, pitiful little man?
Hey, PLM.
Bang! Hit it, Joe!
Yovens.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no
This
idea
conversation went
not the
places.
kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island. And yet there it was.
We're
Bottom of my grandmother's fridge. The crust
we're working on the intro to the anti-Jimmy song. Thank you, Acute.
Acute, click the follow button for some reason.
Thank you, Acute,
Hey,
for the follow.
The voice said it surprisingly accurately. Acute.
Mm-hmm.
bottom of my grandmother's fridge. The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest.
Actually, that one doesn't need to have a that big of a gap. I don't think. That's not. That doesn't have to be a dramatic pause. Crust is
Everything is
flaky.
dramatic pause. Just flaky.
With hints of lemon zest.
With hints of lemon zest.
Bring back the narrator.
If only there was like a Picard voice, that would be hilarious.
The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest. And the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant.
Maybe move that back, yeah.
The crust
Carl
is flaky, with hints of lemon zest. And the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is...
Can you help me find
more
sounds like this, songs like the vocals? What is that video? Lamb's Garbage. Oh, that's a, I know that. That's an art piece from Salvador. Like a old movie where they cut someone's eye. Mr.
Jake Matters official
Oizo.
just resubscribed for 13 months.
Hey, I'm new here. 13 months. How you doing, Jake? It's been a while. I've been meaning to get into one of your streams so I could do the sub notification for yours. But I haven't been available at the same time as you've been on. We're working on this weird, I mean, you can see by the title, Anti-Jimmy, so it's got everything in it that Jimmy does not like. Been busy with
The
work. Haven't
album
streamed much.
cover
Yeah,
of that
same,
YouTube.
Same with Jimmy. He's been working a lot, making it hard to stream. So I think it's been 9 days since we've streamed. We usually do 3 a week, so.
The crust is flaky with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
Busy time of year. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, especially for the post office. Like it's peak season.
But the real
So
reason
everybody's working hard.
It's hard to get. There's not really a gap there. He says it so fast. Oh yeah, I did host You Solid Snake. I want him to say, but the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma. Like, I want that gap, but he says it's like...
The reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma.
Oh, well, then just leave it like that.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was. At the bottom of my grandmother's fridge. The crust is flaky with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma. She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. She taught me how to cook and bake. She taught me about her family history, and she told me stories of her childhood in Greece. And she always had chicken pot pies on hand. It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together, sipping coffee and talking, that I learned the true meaning of family. My parents were gone by then, and so were my grandparents. Only my grandmother remained. In those days, we were all just kids. We'd sit around a kitchen table and talk about everything. And if we didn't know what to say, we'd just talk about food.
What do you think?
She'd ask,
Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
It's weird.
I feel like the more atmosphere beat should hit at a certain point during the vocals. Like,
yeah, we can adjust it.
maybe
I'm
when
still working on the timing of the text.
lived for over 90 years and died only recently.
I don't want to move these. Not that big of a gap.
She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. Only recently. She taught me how to cook and bake. Me how to cook and bake. She taught me about her family history. And she told me stories of her childhood in Greece. And she always had chicken pot pies on hand.
I like the sinister beat, and she always had chicken pot
Told me
pies
stories
at
of her
hand.
childhood in Greece. And she always had chicken pot pies on hand. It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together, sipping coffee and talking, that I learned the true meaning of family.
Maybe, and I learned the true meaning of, and then like a pause, family, right when the beat hits.
That I learned the true meaning of family.
A very long gap.
Talking, that I learned the true meaning of
No, I don't know about that, Gap. I was just thinking.
Family.
Oh, I need to control Alt Z. That's why. There we go.
It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together, sipping coffee and talking, that I learned the true meaning of family. My parents were gone by that I learned the true meaning of family. My parents were gone by then, and so were my grandparents. Only my
I feel like only my grandmother. That could be the name of the song. Only my grandmother.
Only my grandmother remained.
So were my grandparents. Only my grandmother remained. So were my grandparents. Only my grandmother remained. In those.
What if then Carl yells only my grandmother and it builds up to like a Doom 2016 track? Oh jeez.
My grandmother.
Grandmother remained. In those days, we were all just kids.
It's like his voice is getting more intense too. Like, in those days, we were just kids.
Grandmother remained. In those days, we were all just kids. We'd sit around a kid. Grandmother remained. In those days, we were all just kids. We'd sit around a kitchen table and talk about everything. And if we didn't know what to say, we'd just talk about food.
What do you think?
She'd ask,
Should we try these potatoes, or maybe this cabbage?
Oh jeez.
This is so like unrelated and bizarre.
Oh man. I don't know, I like it though.
I love chicken.
I love chicken.
I love.
Oh, that makes it weird.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was. At the bottom of my grandmother's fridge. The crust is flaky with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma. She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. She taught me how to cook and bake. She taught me about her family history, and she told me stories of her childhood in Greece. And she always had chicken pot pies on hand. It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together, sipping coffee and talking, that I learned the true meaning of family. My parents were gone by then, and so were my grandparents. Only my grandmother remained. In those days, we were all just kids. We'd sit around the kitchen table and talk about everything. And if we didn't know what to say, we'd just talk about food.
What do you think?
She'd ask,
Should we try these potatoes, or maybe this cabbage?
Is this a 1st. No, this is gonna be like 14th or something.
Sorting mail, sorting mail, sorting mail, sorting mail, sorting mail.
I've got an idea. Which one is only my grandmother?
And so were my grandparents. Only my grandmother remained. In those days, we were all just
Sorting mail, sorting mail, sorting mail, sorting mail.
only my grandmother remained. Only my grandmother remained.
It actually kind of almost fits.
Sorting mail, sorting mail.
Only my grandmother remained.
Such a bizarre song.
Only my grandmother remained.
It's like almost on beat. It's weird.
Only my grandmother remained. Only my grandmother. Only my grandmother remained.
It's like the timing is.
Well, the timing being slightly off is very anti-Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Major Pecan cheered 10 bits. Sorting mail, sorting mail.
Only my grandmother remained. Only my
Because this kind of works. It's like only my. It's like where the beat hits, you know, like.
only my grand.
But it's like, but then it goes like in a trip. That's like only my grand, kind of in a weird.
Only my grandmother remained.
Yeah. It's
I
not
don't know.
bad though.
No, it actually fits like
The weirdness
it's-
of the song.
I wonder if I could there. No. Is that the only thing in drums? Oh, I see. It's in a different thing. Okay. I get it. Trying to figure out where the beats are hitting.
Only my grandmother remained. Only my grand. Only my grandmother. Only my grandmother remained.
It's kind of like this. Only my grandmother.
Sounds very
made.
military. Like a marching beat.
Yeah. I guess that is kind of just like that, isn't it? It's kind of like where things line up, but it's not exactly, you know, like
Yeah.
not quite there. It's like in the middle of these two, so you have to go like. Make this be like. No, not that way. Hmm?
1/6 or 1/4.
Not even selecting it. Oh, there it goes. It was like it wasn't even showing the radio buttons.
Yeah.
It starts there almost. Why is it still doing?
You need to move it one back, I think. There.
No, it's playing another sound at the same time.
Oh, it's the drums on the
Oh,
top.
it's because it's not just soloed. I see.
Only my grandmother remained.
Nope.
Only my grandmother remained.
It's so weird.
Only my grand.
It's not important. I don't know why I'm doing this.
I don't like how it sounds. Oh well. Don't need it.
Maybe add a triplet fill to match it. I have one fill already. How does that? No, not really.
My grandmother remained.
Sorting mail. It's like, what does sorting mail have anything to do with chicken pot pie? People are going to listen to this song and be baffled. Be like, what is the thought process? And then they can watch our stream and be like, oh. See, that's why we make confounding music, so that people will be compelled to watch our stream in order to find out what the hell we were
The chicken
thinking.
pot pie came in the mail. That's what happened.
My grandmother remained. My grandmother remained.
It's adding one kick.
My grandmother remained.
There, and I don't think that'll take too much away. Alright, Solid Snake, we'll see you another time.
See you next time, Solid Snake. You're gonna bounce? Are you gonna use a pogo stick to bounce?
Pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that...
Should it be that whole thing? Only my grandmother remained. That's the...
Or we can call it like chicken pot pie, or in quotes, the anti-Jimmy song, or like. Chicken pot pie sorting mail. Oh, my grandmother. You know, we already have a grandma get your or daddy get your shotgun because grandma's on a rampage and hasn't had her medicine yet, and also grandma's booty call. So we have a lot of grandmother songs.
Songs about grandmas.
Pot pie. Just pot pie.
Or
PP. CPP. CPP. Chicken PP.
No. Carl's mother remain and go on a rampage.
Chicken pot pie.
We just call it that for now. I mean, the first thing.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was. At the bottom of my grandmother's fridge. The crust is flaky with hints of lemon zest, and the cream.
Are you supposed to put lemon zest in chicken pot pie crust?
You know, I don't think that would taste bad. I'm not sure if that's in the recipe or anything like that, but
the crust is flaky with hints of lemon.
I don't think it would be bad.
Creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma. She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. She taught me how to cook.
Yet she's the only one who remained.
She taught me about her family history, and she told me stories of her childhood in Greece. And she always had chicken pot pies on hand. It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together, sipping coffee and talking, that I learned the true meaning of family.
That's so sinister.
Gone by then, and so were my grandparents. Only my grandmother remained. In those days, we were all just kids. We'd sit around a kitchen table and talk about everything. And if we didn't know what to say, we'd just talk about food.
What do you think?
She'd ask,
should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
It's such a weird... Like, the mood changes. He's like, only my grandmother remained. And he's like, if we didn't know what to talk about, we just talk about food. Like, it just gets like so calm right after that.
Kids, we'd sit around a kitchen table and talk about everything. And if we didn't know what to say, we just talk about food.
He gets so intense, and he's like, we talk about food.
Then I learned the true meaning of family. My parents were gone by then, and so were my grandparents. Then, and so were my grandparents. Only my grandmother remained.
Speaking of weird seasonings, my friend made this weird old-timey pumpkin pie recipe featured on the YouTube channel Townsend's. It's seasoned with parsley and some other unexpected spices. Parsley.
Expect the unexpected. When you expect the expected, expect the unexpected. When you expect the expected, expect. When you expect the expected, expect the unexpected. When you expect the unexpected, expect the expected. That is the theme of X.
We were all just kids. We'd sit around a kitchen table and talk about everything. And if we didn't know what to say,
I got this other new one. This one. It doesn't. I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to do, but. Does weird stuff, but I don't know.
Expect to find there it was. Grandmother's fridge. The crust is flaky with no sugar. You get in an upscale restaurant. Plenty of family history.
This is really weird.
She always restoring those long
together, sipping coffee.
Yeah, it does weird stuff. I don't know if I really like that one that much. That's weird. Why does it just keep doing that?
To find there it was. Hit the button. And the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in a scale restaurant. The real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma. She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. And she taught me how to cook and bake. She taught me about her family history. And she told me stories of her childhood in Greece. And she always had chicken pot pies on hand. It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together, sipping coffee and talking, that I learned the true meaning of family. My parents were gone by then, and so were my grandparents. Only my grandmother remained. In those days, we were all just kids. We'd sit around a kitchen table and talk about everything. And if we didn't know what to say, we'd just talk about food.
What do you think?
She'd ask,
Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was. At the bottom of my grandmother's fridge. The crust is flaky with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma. She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. She taught me how to cook and bake. She taught me about her family history. And she told me stories of her childhood in Greece. And she always had chicken pot pies on hand. It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together, sipping coffee and talking, that I learned the true meaning of family. My parents were gone by then, and so were my grandparents.
Sounds really weird.
Have you seen?
I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island, and yet there it was. At the bottom of my grandmother's fridge. The crust is flaky with hints of lemon zest, and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get in an upscale restaurant. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma. She lived for over 90 years and died only recently. She taught me how to cook and bake. She taught me about her family history. And she told me stories of her childhood in...
It goes by too fast to like it sounds like one sound almost.
It's just like, I don't know, I'm trying to... I think the drums are weird at this part too.
Well, I think it's intentionally weird to be anti-Jimmy.
Probably. Wait, wasn't that 125 before? Did it slow down?
Might have.
I don't
It's
think we-
okay. I'm okay with 120.
They're gonna ruin all my timing.
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why.
Is that going to
So
mess
I-
up the length of the song and make it like less than... What are you trying to do?
I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island. The bottom of my grandmother's fridge is flaky of lemon and the creamy sauce tastes like something you get. But the real reason I love this dish is because it reminds me of my grandma. 90 years and died. She taught me how to cook and bake. She taught me about her family history. She told me stories of her childhood. She always ate chicken pot pies on hay. It was during those long afternoons when we were alone together. I learned the true meaning. My parents were gone by then. So were my grandparents. So did my grandmother. In those days, we were all just kids. We'd sit around a kitchen table and if we didn't know what to say, we just talk about food.
Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
Why did you make it so fast?
I was trying to see if you can make it slow. Then the gaps become really big.
Maybe you can start the
I love
song.
chicken pot pie. I have no idea why. It's not the kind of thing that one would expect to find on a Greek island. And yet there it was.
Nope, just gross meat mix level. There's no
Bottom
tempo.
of my grandmother's fridge. The crust is flaky, with hints of lemon zest.
Maybe you can do an automation for the tempo. So in the beginning, during the intro, it's slower. Then it becomes faster, like during the song. Then it slows back down again in the ending or something. I don't know. I kind of liked it at 120. I don't think that was bad.
Yeah.
In those days, we were all just kids. We'd sit around a kitchen table and talk about everything. And if we didn't know what to say, we'd just talk about food.
What do you think?
She'd ask,
Should we try these potatoes? Or maybe this cabbage?
That sounds more like what I remember.
Sorting mail, sorting
This one's weird. This was Major Pecan's piece. I don't know, it might be too strange.
Maybe make it more quiet and increase the reverb and add gross beat to it. Like add that gross beat automation.
It's F11, or it's 11. This one. Well, that's gonna be louder.
Just add that gross beat automation in that section. We don't use that enough. That's pretty cool sounding.
A goofy goat instrument, yeah. I think the gross beat automation only works on certain instruments, though. But maybe I could just
take
this one.
Oh,
Analog, it's on 9.
You're
so
saying the automation.
If I just
I thought you said
9.
gross beat in general only works on certain instruments.
No, because if I go to the mixer and I go to 9, wait, it doesn't only have that. What? Is gross beat affecting something different then?
Could be affecting the beat.
Oh, it's affecting pad. The deep womp. If I mute this. So I need to put Synplant on 7. Just so it's on the same thing, so I can use these same triggers and it'll make it work the same way. Oh yeah, I put it on this one.
Doesn't have still sounds weird. Doesn't sound very good actually.
No, we can go. Actually, you know what we could do though? You wanted more of these.
The meow synth is so loud, you can't even hear the effects. Maybe it'll reduce the volume of the meow synth, which means you need to increase the volume in order to make it anti-jamming. Wasn't there some AI story about making a Shovelskin song that involves some other members of Shovelskin called something like Batch and Roadhog? I can't find it on Discord, don't know where it went. Oh yeah. I don't know, maybe do it after he says only my grandma.
Too much. I like the second one. The first one maybe not so much. I like that position. It's cool. Meow is 15.
Not sure if I like that vibrato.
It does make it sound weird. It's like when you have the vibrato amount, certain notes can sound good, but then other ones can sound terrible. Like that sounds kind of cool, and then like one note down.
Yeah. Don't use it.
Just this little cat, like. What if a cat meowed like that?
Think your cat like, I want this. The cat alarm. So it's the cat burglar alarm.
That's the sound of the police.
Sounds terrible.
It is pretty bad. Did that affect this? No. Is that fine? Do you think?
Yeah.
Is it the same pattern as this? Because it sounds.
I think so.
I think. No, you know what it is. It's the attack was making it sound. All right, you want to do something?
Do I want to do something?
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to do though.
Sorting mail, sorting mail.
Only my grandmother remained. I love chicken pot pie. I have no idea.
Mail, sorting mail.
I have to adjust that. Hold on. I wasn't done.
Gas-powered toothbrush. Redeem one of title one of our songs.
I kind of liked the plant instruments. Oops. Melody, at least.
How you doing, Jet? Yeah, the idea behind the anti-Jimmy's song is that we're trying to use as much as possible musical things that Jimmy is not a fan of, but still make it sound good. So it's like it's in a weird time signature. It uses like weird chords.
05 has redeemed track feedback.
It's the same thing, by the way. It's the same as what? Oh, too late. Another version. That's good. I like hearing progress on a project. Why does it sound kind of reminds me of Undertale? It does kind of sound like their voices, doesn't it?
What?
Oh, glitch, Jimmy.
Sorting mail, sorting mail.
Only my grandmother remained. Only my
That's good. Leave it there. It's weird how the rest of the fill doesn't work.
Yeah. Go back to 80s Jimmy. Totally tubular and radical, dude. Whoa. Hang 10, yo. Oh, wait. Hang 10. Hang 10. Totally tubular and radical, dude. Yeah. See y'all next time, next Thursday, hopefully.
What was that?
I don't know. It was like an explosion that got cut off.
That
The
was
explosion 2.
weird. Oh, Major Pecan redeemed Explosion 2 right as I hit the button and it cut it off. That's funny. But anyway, thank you to Xmeal Rivax, Acute, and Shipwreck Paradise for the follows, and thanks to Jake Matters for the 13-month resub.
Oh, glitch doesn't work on this.
Stream blew up, yeah. And then thank you to Major Pecan for the bits. And we're gonna go raid Stink City and see what he thinks of our song so far. I'm gonna export it and then we'll see if he'll listen to it. See you over there. Bye.
See you next time. Bye.